In November of 2019, the Volusia County Corrections Division, in a partnership with the Halifax Humane Society, launched a dog obedience class at the Volusia County Correctional Facility in Daytona Beach.
We made a partnership with the Humane Society. The Humane Society is bringing in dogs that would most likely be put down if they didn't come here.
We have two completely different types of dogs. We have what you would see in a normal puppy, which is very energetic and very easily distracted. And then you're going to have an older, docile dog who's more lazy but still hard to get their attention. Both dogs were from Halifax Humane Society. So one case or another, they were in their own little doggy jail, and we're giving them the second chance today through our training program. Dog trainers program that we have out actually gives step-by-step guidelines of what to do, what not to do. It's very, very easy to follow. First week is basically just get used to your environment and is name recognition, because some of these dogs, we just gave them names. So it's getting used to being called that name and grabbing their attention. Week 2 is more about sit and accepting a stranger. So when these dogs go out into a new environment, and you always get that dog that's jumping around you, you want the dog to be calm. So we're actually treating them and teaching them things that they're going to need when they go out into civilization.
And how do our jailhouse dogs compare to their pooch peers on the outside?
Very well, actually. Because they have that 24-hour attention, it's actually better than if they're in a shelter setting. They get to go out more, they get more interaction, they're learning more. They do and develop better in this kind of a setting than whereas in a shelter they may get out once or twice a day. They just see people pass them by all the time. So they do very well in this program. And the reason why I say that is because they get 8 hours a day of training. Whereas if you were home and you had a trainer come to your house, you get 1 hour maybe once a week, every Friday, and then you're sent home with your owner to maybe train them a couple hours a day, you know, when they're home from work, whereas these dogs get 8 hours every single day. But yeah, they have more training, so they're actually going to be more in tune. And we get other handlers to give them the same commands so they can take that command from anybody, whereas your dog at home would only be used to you. If that dog got adopted out, would it really listen to somebody with a softer voice or with a louder voice? So they actually, I do believe that they actually will get a little better training than they would at home.
The obedience class is starting small, and while many have voiced a desire to be included in this unique opportunity, inmate eligibility is subject to strict criteria.
So we're identified inmates to work with the animals. One is a trainer, one is a caregiver. When you have a sentenced inmate, you have an opportunity, a window of opportunity to really work to build a better future. And just like you said before, they're going to be part of our community one way or the other.
The Dog Obedience Program is the latest in the Volusia County Corrections Division's initiative to provide a positive outlet for inmates and reduce idle time, which can often lead to trouble. And so far, our trainers in training have had positive results.
They are doing extremely well. I actually ended up with a good set that had actually some dog experience, but they learn to care for something else other than themselves. They get to understand what it is to have patience when it comes to training dogs, and we actually will switch handlers so that way they get to experience different types of dogs and different styles of training that you'd need for those dogs. And they learn a lot, and they've actually accepted it very well too. They get some experience and they get a sense of accomplishment. So, you know, normal day-to-day drill, like if they're just folding laundry or cooking, and you know, if they've done this before, they've done it a million times, but this time they get the chance to do something better than themselves. They get to learn and get these skills. They get the promise of a possible job when they get out of here if they do well in the program. So there's so many possibilities they get from just this program. They definitely take advantage of it.
As the course progresses, the inmates will get these down-on-their-luck dogs to turn their fortunes around and reach their fullest pet potential. But the dogs aren't the only ones getting a new lease on life.
Absolutely. The dogs are definitely on their last road right now. Their future was bleak at best. And the inmate's future at times is bleak. So you're right. They're traveling a road together.